Against that backdrop, time to bring in one of my former colleagues, Republican Tennessee Congressman Marsha Blackburn. Marsha, thanks for joining us on America's Forum.
I am always happy to join you, J.D., and appreciate the good work that you continue to do on this issue. You know, you and I have been working on this for a long, long time.
I well remember a meeting in the leadership offices with then Vice President Dick Cheney. We were sitting side by side telling the Bush administration, no, don't go for this, quote, comprehensive immigration reform. They tried it. They didn't get it then, but now Mr. Obama's trying to move forward unilaterally. You wrote an op-ed for the Tennessean. The headline, if I recall, is "Nothing Lawful or Fair About Obama's Executive Amnesty." In the here and now, recap for us some of the highlights from your op-ed.
Well, one of the things we have to look at when you talk about fairness and say, is this fair to everybody involved in the process? The answer comes back, no, it is not. Number one, people who are legally immigrating to the country. And I'll give you an example. We've got a lot of Kurdish that are in our area. Indeed, Nashville has the largest settlement of Kurds outside of Kurdistan. And I was contacted by someone who's been trying to get their family here. They're getting their permanent residence cards. They are tired of waiting on immigration services to do their job. And her comment to me was, Ms. Blackburn, are they going to, some of these 1,000 people they're hiring, are they going to process us first? And the answer to her is no. And that made no sense to her. They left unlawful rule in Iraq and came here because of their desire to live in a lawful, free society, and to honor people that have broken the rule of law makes no sense at all, and it's just blatantly unfair. Another thing, we've got millions of Americans who are out of work. You're going to see the president giving work permits to these 5 million or 20 million, as Sheriff Babu seems to think the number will more closely be. And then our individuals are going to be at the back of the line. An example of this, J.D., is a constituent of mine who has a masonry company. And it is a 4-generation business in this family. And he said he can hardly get enough work now for his son to stay employed because you have those that have illegally come in the country who go in, underbid, undercut, do the work, and move on. They leave town. And he said it is blatantly unfair to them. So these are the type things that we are seeing when it comes to the fairness argument.
Marsha, another thing you wrote in that op-ed for the Tennessean is the point about border security. When we can't secure our borders, you write, something interesting happens in our country. Every state becomes a border state, and every town becomes a border town. The dissolution of our sovereignty, our national security. Why does the president and why do so many people of both parties seem to just give lip service to, we got to have enforcement, but they always move for amnesty?
Well, you're exactly right on that. And that is the comment when we had the sheriff, Senator Sessions and Senator Vitter and I did our press conference, and we had all the local law enforcement and the sheriffs there with us in D.C. last week. That's the comment I made. Those sheriffs were there. They came to D.C. to plead their case to end this DACA program and to secure our border because the lack of federal enforcement has turned every state into a border state and every city and county into a border town. And the sheriffs are seeing that, whether they're from Pennsylvania or Kentucky or Arizona or Texas, standing there and talking with those sheriffs, they've got the exact same problem. And see, the president does not want to deal with the criminal illegal alien.
And we understand that, Marsha. This is such a big topic. Stay with us. We'll come back after the break. More with Marsha Blackburn.